Imagine you're on a trip in a foreign country where you barely know the language. You're hungry, and you want to order something from a cafe. But when you get to the front of the line, the cashier asks you a question that you can barely understand, and the words just won't come. The cashier looks frustrated, and you feel like all eyes are on you. How do you feel? Probably pretty anxious. Now, imagine this exact same situation happens, except you're back at home, where you're supposed to know the language. The same thing keeps happening again and again, and not just when ordering coffee. It happens at work, and it even happens with your family and friends. So you avoid social interactions and feel increasingly isolated, lonely, and anxious. You wonder if counseling might help with some of these feelings. But when you sit down with a counselor, the exact same thing happens here too. You just can't find the words. The counselor stares blankly, the conversation goes nowhere, and you leave feeling even more hopeless. This is the kind of experience I witnessed over and over as a social worker when I worked with people with acquired brain injury. An acquired brain injury can lead to lifelong disabilities in language, like in our coffee shop example, but also in cognition, mobility, and sensation. In part because of the sudden, unexpected way that people acquire these disabilities, people with acquired brain injury have extremely high rates of depression, anxiety, and suicidality. But people with acquired brain injury are often caught in a catch-22. They want mental health supports to adjust to newfound disability, but the very same disability gets in the way of that support because our current mental health treatments are not designed to accommodate differences in ability. This situation is not acceptable. All people have a right to good mental health. That's why solving this problem is the topic of my SSHRC-funded doctoral research. Mental health disciplines know well how to provide mental health supports, but they don't know much at all about how to accommodate disability. At the same time, rehabilitation disciplines know how to accommodate disability, but they know much less about how to support mental health. The knowledge is needed to support both mental health and disability is divided across these disciplines, and these disciplines haven't been talking to each other. My research will bring these disparate knowledges together by first conducting a scoping review of research from both mental health and rehabilitation fields. This will give me accommodations from existing research that can then be used to adapt mental health treatments. But what about frontline professionals? They've had to come up with creative solutions to the complex problems faced by people with acquired brain injury that may not be captured in research. So second, I'll use a modified Delphi, which is a surveying technique, to ask professionals for accommodations that are grounded in their years of practice experience. The comprehensive list of accommodations that will result from these two studies can guide future research efforts to make mental health treatments more accessible, so that people like the person from our coffee shop example can actually get the help they need. Only through efforts like these will we one day be able to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to achieve good mental health.